Hello friends, in this video I am going to explain you about lease termination. So lease termination, what is lease termination? So first understand the lease termination means the lessee and lessor decide that we will not carry forward with this contract. For example, if we have this lease contract which I'm using in my previous videos as well. For example, we have the original lease term of 10 years, but after 2 years, the lessor and lessee decides that we are not going to carry forward with this agreement. We need to cancel this. So what accounting entries we need to make? So let's understand this. So let me just tell you what are the accounting entries that are going to be made in this transaction. So termination entries. So what we will do is we need to de-recognize everything from our books of account. For example, we need to de-recognize our asset, we need to de-recognize our liability because we are not going to pay anymore. We need to de-recognize our accumulated depreciation and also whatever is the difference between all of these three we need to recognize in our profit and loss account. So this is what we need to do the entries. So I will just copy paste everything here. The entries which are going to be made, ROU asset, lease liability, accumulated depreciation, and then the last will be transferred to gain and loss account. Whatever is the balancing figure that will be transferred to this account. So let's compute what will be the accounting entry. So let's suppose after the 2 years end, first, I am explaining you in my Excel sheet, then we will go to Dynamics and see how the transaction works. So, after the end of 2 years, this will be our lease liability, right? Let me just make it a little smaller. Now, this will be our liability at the end of second year. So, we need to de-recognize this one. So, I am pasting it here. And also, we need to de-recognize our accumulated depreciation. So, accumulated depreciation is this much after the 2 years end, and the ROU asset will be our opening ROU asset because we are following the gross value depreciation method. There are two type of method, net method and gross method. We are following the gross method. So our asset will be showing at this value and our accumulated depreciation will be showing at 8622,393, right? So we need to de-recognize our asset, accumulated depreciation liability, and whatever is the difference we need to transfer it to the gain and loss account. So let's do, this will be credited, this will be debited, this will be credit, this will be also debited. Accumulated depreciation will be debited because it has a credit balance. Now let's do how much will be transferred to gain and loss account. So this minus this equal to this much. So whatever what we are de-recognizing is, we are de-recognizing 46445966877, and so actually this is a gain what we are going to make. So we are going to make this much of gain. This will be our credit balance. So we are going to make this much of gain when we transfer everything to the profit and loss account, because this value what we are de-recognizing is more. What we are de-recognizing is more, the liability what we are de-recognizing is more, and the asset we are de-recognizing is less. So we are actually getting some benefit, so that will be transferred to the gain and loss account. So now what we need to do is we will just see how it will be happening in our system. Before that, I will just show you the gain and loss account that we need to mention in our asset leasing parameter. So if you go to the accounting setup here, I am in the INMF entity. If you go to the gain and loss on modification, here I have set up one account, gain and loss lease. Right. Now go back, go to lease summary. Here we have created one lease. So I will use this lease. I have set up all the implicit rate, all the fair value, lease, all the lease term, asset useful life, everything I have already set up. So I will just go to books, and if you see my payment schedule is also there. You can see the payment schedule as well. One thing actually I need to do is this will be our ordinary annuity, not annuity due, because as we are getting our example is using annuity, ordinary annuity, not the annuity due. So both has one difference which I have already explained in my previous videos. But I will just explain you quickly that annuity due means the payment will be made at the start of the period. Now, using the ordinary annuity, if I select this, I save it. What I will do is I will just go back and I will set up this thing in my lease summary page, and I will regenerate my book so that if I am maintaining more than more books, so all will get regenerated. So lease is modified. I will click on the regenerate book button. Now if I go to my books, here if I go to payment schedule, so you can see that now the payment is made at the end of the period, and this is what we want. Now confirm the schedule. Vendor must be filled in. Okay, we need to fill the vendor as well in our lease summary page. So quickly set up this. Click on save, regenerate book, go to books and go to payment schedule, confirm the schedule. So once you confirm, we need to post the initial accounting entry that will be initial recognition. So quickly set up this. And also what you can do is I will you can forward it to the lease termination section. I will post the termination section timestamp in my video description, because if you are already know about all these things. So now what we need to do is this is our initial recognition journal. So if I show you my Excel sheet, and this was our present value of total payments which we are going to make, which was 43011,969, and it is equal to this much. So we are going to recognize our asset at this much value and also our lease liability. And this is what I have already explained. So this will be our initial recognition entry, and now we need to post this entry, and after that we are going to make further transactions. I will just quickly use the lease batch feature to post the entries quickly. So I will just go to batch journal creation. I have explained you this in my previous videos as well. If you go to payment schedule, what we are going to make is the payment. So we are going to use the payment schedule feature. Just select the date as 24 1st January 2024 till 31st December 2025. So we are going to make the payment schedule for 2 years using this batch feature, because we don't want to make it manually one by one. I am going to select the book ID. So the book ID will be our last one, and select this book ID. So entries will be posted automatically since I have enabled this button toggle. Now click on. So now the payments will get automatically generated. So let's go to the summary page. Select this, go to books. Now go to invoice journal. Let me just refresh. Mm, mm, mm. Go to asset leasing journal. Yeah. So the invoice is posted. So in the invoice journal screen, we can see the invoices which has been created by the system. So you can see the invoices are being created, right? So invoices is created first invoice for 2024, second invoice is for 2025. So this is our header section and this is our line. So this is a very good screen where you can find what are the entries that system is going to make. These entries are for post. These entries are automatically posted, as you can see the posted tick mark here. If you want, you can go to general detail and see. This is a very basic thing. I don't want to discuss it to waste your and want don't want to waste your time. Now payments are posted. Now coming to interest part. So interest need to be posted as well. Go to I will go to a new tab and go to lease module. Go to batch journal creation. So in the batch journal creation, select the liability amortization schedule. This will post our interest expense. Selecting 2024 and date will be till 2025 December. Post, enable book ID, select the book ID here, select it and post it. So now the interest will also be posted if I go to my books and go to my liability amortization schedule, and if I just do a refresh, this posting toggle will be automatically enabled. I will just refresh it once the interest get posted. So yeah, if I go to my interest schedule, so you can see the interest has been posted. So you can see the journal has been posted, and if you want, you can see all the lines, right? I'm not going to go to this level because this is very easy setup, which I have already discussed in my previous videos. So interest has been posted. So interest entries has been posted as well. Payments are posted. Now coming to depreciation. Depreciation should also be posted. So quickly go to my uh, batch journal creation. Select our asset depreciation schedule. Lease group ID, I will not select lease group ID. I will select the individual lease book. You need to mention one thing. You need to understand one thing. Here we are selecting book. We are not selecting the lease summary because books are different. One lease can contain multiple books. So we are only selecting one book. And here I am selecting the uh, date, from date to date. Let me just select the post button, click on OK. Now the depreciation is also posted, right? So depreciation is also posted. Let me just go to my mm, lease summary page and go to asset depreciation schedule and do a quick refresh. So you can see the entries are being posted till 2025, right? Go back. Okay, so we have posted all the entries, right? Now what we need to do is we are going to do the lease termination, right? So So friends, now we are going to do the lease termination of this lease. So quickly go to the lease summary page. I've gone to open books. Even here you can find your lease. So this is our lease, and I will just go to lease summary page only because it contains the termination proposal button. So here in the lease summary page, you can click on the termination proposal. What we are going to do, we are going to terminate the lease as on the 1st of January, right? Here, the posting date is also 1st of January and lease termination date is also mentioned. So, otherwise, what we can do is we'll just terminate this lease in my previous period till that date. I have posted the depreciation. So, the lease ID is already selected. Click on termination proposal. So we have clicked on the termination proposal. Lease is successfully staged for termination. So now go to lease termination page. Here you can find the lease ID, and in the lease termination page, and also there is one more feature that was added by Microsoft earlier. There was no cancel button for the lease termination proposal. So now the cancel button has been enabled. So now what we need to do, click on the terminate button and the lease will get terminated. So here you need to click on this button and or what I will do is I will just quickly see the termination proposal first. So in the termination proposal, let's review all the values. So our ROU asset, which is going to be uh, reversed, is 43,11969.74. Okay. Okay. There is one more catch here because in my example, I have added this initial direct cost. It was zero actually, which we have also not considered. This was discussed in my previous video, so you can watch that. So now you can find that the ROU asset is equal to our lease termination, the liability 37344. It is matching. The asset accumulated appreciation is also at 602, and our gain and loss. Actually, this will be our gain. So let's see. Gain is this much, right? Now we can click on the terminate button and just click on OK button to get it posted. Now the termination is completed. The lease has been terminated. Go back, go to the lease ID, go to books. Now if you see here in the termination proposal, you can see terminated, and here you need to go to asset leasing journal screen. Here you need to go to last, and at the last you can find this entry, which was our lease termination entry. So you can see that the gain has been posted in our account, which was 6045. This was which we have already set up. This was a this was the account which we have set up in our lease parameter. So let me just go to our asset leasing parameters, account, gain and loss 6044550, right? So and this was our accumulated depreciation. So everything is done now. And if you have any queries regarding the lease termination, then you can post in my comment section. Now, goodbye for this video. We will meet in our next video.